All right, everybody. Welcome to Fabulous Friday with Dr. Friesen. Friday. And I want to talk to you guys about my anger management workbook, which will be available in the TikTok shop. It is currently available on my website. But I want you guys to have the history because these books started as workbooks for my clients, and I actually have some of my original ones. Like, I always save a copy of things when I do, at least I try to. And of course, I was experimenting with which version when I initially used to print them. See this? See that? But these are, I printed this one November 2022. November 2022. And so, and they've changed over time because when I used to print them, you see how this cover, so you can see that, see this? Printed them individually for my clients with, and then on special paper because emotionally, one, I am a color therapist and I do color therapy with my clients, and I was liking to give them things that would help them to have a sense of calm as they went through the workbook and made it personalized before getting into things like the importance of controlling your anger. And so I would give them this book, have them do exercises in the book for us to review as part of our therapy sessions, right? I gave them information, of course, and then I have a whole workbook section. Like the first part is the information, right, and techniques, and then the workbook section is where you actually do the work, right? So I consider these workbook, although I had to list them as books on Amazon. And then, of course, I printed one with this binding here, different format, kind of. I've printed several ones. And this one, see, this one had a scripture associated with it. I found this paper that had some scriptures and used that. And, of course, I have clients of different faiths. And so some people, it works a little bit better to give them. But here it is, a page. What can you do for a loved one with anger issues? So this is again things that I would give to my clients, and like I said, I've had this book for quite a while. I even have the ISBN number written in here from when I actually made it into a book, right? And this is all done through Dr. Fryson's Spiritual Wellness Center Incorporated. So I will show you guys, well, at least I think I've already shown you guys the actual red cover book for anger management that is available on Amazon and on my website. I still have the ability to print some. Of course, my material looks different that I use nowadays to print, so it wouldn't look like this, um, but it is nicely bound. And I want people to use these as a mechanism of working through the anger management. And I've had people discover so much, not just about themselves, but about the people that they have in their circle. And side note, I like these better than the books online because they can open flat. They can do this. They can easily go into a backpack without you worry about like this. See, you bend it a little bit. It's okay, right? I like that aspect, which is I tell my clients I want to make sure you can have it wherever you go. This one's a little bit harder, not as flexible, but the book is can be even more damaged, right? So, but it doesn't matter to me which version you get. What matters to me is the fact that you get a version so that you can do the work. Anger comes from a place, most times, comes from a place of hurt. And sometimes somebody is expressing anger towards you and you don't know how to deal with that. And other times it's you expressing anger towards another person and you don't know how to deal with that. You don't know how to turn that off, responding with anger. And I've had people come back and tell me amazing things, like they realize that the relationship they were in was just not ever going to work because they were too different. And they realized that in order to love themselves, they needed to exit the relationship. Other people came back and was like, hey, I realized I had an issue and I really wasn't mad about this. I really was hurt over that. So that's the purpose of the books. That's what they're designed to do. And again, these were used with my clients, and I decided to share them with other people who are doing the work by themselves. So you can use it outside of working with me in my practice. And I do hope that you do, because at any rate of whatever you're going through, I understand that not everyone can pay for sessions, but everyone should have the access to resources to improve their life. And I'm giving you access to resources to improve your life. So you can get the anger management workbook on my website, bighealer.com. It will be available in the TikTok probably this weekend if it's not there already. And order the book, do the work, right? You guys be well. And by the way, if you really want to know yourself, order my astrology numerology books, right? You'll thank me later.